Isaac Rosenthal here, Brent Kelly alongside me. Welcome into the Lane County Ice Center here in Eugene, Oregon. So glad to be with you for yet another game. Duck hockey here hosting Boise State tonight. And it's going to be a tough ask for the Ducks against the Broncos. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But first, let's recap the Ducks' last action. No games last week as the Washington State games had to be rescheduled. Those did pop up back on the calendar and are now showing as January 4th and 5th. So good for the Ducks that they'll still get that game action. But last week it was Washington and it was 2 wins and the Ducks looked pretty good, didn't they?
Yeah, they won by a score of 4-2, then 4-1. Their offense was really clicking as well. Grayson Parks was lights out in that first game. What a great win for him there. And then we were kind of, trying to see what the Ducks were going to do, kind of coming into the game too. And Noah Rosenberg stepped up to the task in goal, provided to be, such a great option as 2 in goal. So Ducks are really have their strength in goaltending like they do every year. And again, the defense was just trying to click in as well both games, but the offense really picked up, and special teams were a factor in both games as well.
All right, so we've actually got another first here. We're full of firsts this year on the Duck Hockey broadcast. We've got some highlight packages from those first 2 games, actually put together by the Ducks GM, Sam Rosenberg. So GM in the packet, you wear a lot of hats. Video editor is one of those hats, and we'll take a look first at the highlights from Game 1, and then we'll do Game 2. Stop it manually. So there we go, underway in the I-5 Cup for 2018-2019. Thrown towards goal and loose in front there now. Springing the other way, here come the Ducks. On net on Jarvis, they score! It's 1-0 for the Ducks. Going the other way, Connor Rendell makes it 1-0. Deflected before they could get the shot off. Now in front, deflected. Rebound is there. Another save from Parks.
There he has a long reach on a stick. Yeah, one of the taller guys at 6'2".
To catch, rebound. No one there for the Ducks to slam it home. It'll come right back out to Harrison Katz. Yeah, long is the perfect word. One-timer goal. Again, it's Rendell.
Yeah, this line's absolutely clicking for the Ducks.
Now Nathan Lutz. Back up to the point for Power. Sent through, rebound, scores! No rebound at all there. I think that just went in off the post. And the Ducks take the 1-0 lead with 1:43 left in the first period. The goal coming on the power play. Back for Rendell and almost kept alive by Stankovic at the blue line, but it hops over his stick. Now Cinderella for Stark. They score 1-1. That's officially in 1:10 now left on the penalty to Jask. And Cass is going to get there first. Opportunity to center it. Who's there? Oh! Connor Rendell had a great chance, but he put it wide of the cage. Too much mustard on it. Short-handed opportunity for Nels for the Huskies with Cinderella there as well. Cinderella wants it to get there, and what a save, Noah Rosenberg. Cass trying to get it for a one-timer for Fortney. He fanned on it, and then Husky goes into the Duck bench, fanning on a hit.
Washington not having too many chances either.
Oh, another big hit thrown there on Mason Friedman right in front of the Husky bench. Moved cleanly in transition. Now Fortney behind the net. In front shot from Scharnholm wide. Ducks think they've scored, and the referee says no. Throws on the brakes, got enough space to get it to Hornline. And a great pass for Rendell. And Rendell behind the net will take it around the net all the way, long way around. For Cass, great pass to find him, and the shot. Save knocked away. I think that's the play the Ducks wanted there. Now back for Cass. Cass to Fortney, back to Cass. Backhanded loose in front, they score! A second power play goal for the Ducks, and it's 2-1 with 3:14 left. And Chamberlain takes the face-off for the Ducks, and then we'll run right on to it. Chamberlain and Lutz is there. Chamberlain shoots, he's marked down! And a snipe from Luke Chamberlain.
That is by far the best snipe of the season. There's no way Jarvis could have got that one. Yeah, Selly Hard, Chamberlain, that one deserves a great celebration. That was such a beautiful snipe by the Ducks. Bar down and in. Here he is again, 2-on-1.
Same thing, same option with Lutz. Rebounds there, Lutz scored! No! Rebound, they wave it off. Here comes Jask, up the middle for Washington with 16:20 left. Big collision with Rendell, takes it away. Powers right there, scores! Short-handed. And the Ducks lead 4-1.
Yeah, it's Hornline again. He's just been all over these last two games.
20 seconds left in the game. Cinderella for the Huskies. Trying to go for the wraparound in front. A great save, Rosenberg. But they're not going to get anything else out of it. That's going to do it. The Ducks have won 4-1. They take a 2-0 commanding lead in the I-5 Cup. A lot of work left to do, but all the Ducks need is a result in January in Seattle. It's going to be difficult, but you have to feel very good. Nothing could be better in the I-5 Cup. All right, and that's how it looked in Game 2. As we said, the Ducks taking a 2-0 lead in the I-5 Cup. As you know, or maybe you don't know, we get some new fans every week, but the I-5 Cup, it's a 4-game series. So 4 is an even number. What that means is that the Ducks just have to get one of the two in Seattle. Those games set for January 25th and 26th. Should the Ducks lose both of those games, there will be a shootout after the 4th game to determine the I-5 Cup. Otherwise, they just need to get one win in Seattle, January 25th or 26th. It would be the first time the Ducks have won the I-5 Cup since the 14-15 season. So it's been a long time coming. It's time, and these Ducks look like they might be poised to do it.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of the, like you said, one of the best Duck squads they've iced out there in a long time. They're really deep in goaltending. Their defense is looking really good and solid this season as well. And they're led by their new players up on offense, starting with Connor Rendell, Connor Hornline, Jack Garrity. All those guys have really shown what they can do so far. And so we're going to see what they're going to take from that first 2 games from the I-5 Cup and see what they could do against Boise State tonight.
And that's the perfect segue, because it's not all about the I-5 Cup. There is an entire rest of the season, and there is the games tonight and tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Ducks' opponent, one of the newcomers to this conference. And if you have followed the Ducks but not closely, then you may be surprised to see Boise State in the same conference as the Ducks. The Pac-8 expanded over the offseason. Western Washington, Eastern Washington, Boise State, San Jose State, and San Diego State all joining the league. It's a North and South division kind of conference now. So what you're going to look at tonight in Boise State is maybe the experts pick to win the Pac-8, at least to win the Pac-8 North. San Diego State, San Jose State in the South, those are excellent teams as well. But my goodness, does Boise State ever put the puck in the back of the net? 4-0 in the Pac-8, 8-2-1 overall, and that is not a typo on your screen. 81 goals that the Broncos have scored. Last week they beat Western Washington 10-2 and 10-0. And those weren't even their highest scoring games of the year. They scored 29 goals in 2 games against Washington State. So, Brent, sir, whatever do you do against such a good offensive team?
Well, you definitely do not want to send them to the power play. And we've seen this Ducks team last against like a rivalry game against Washington, penalties will happen. But we've seen so far that this Ducks team has kind of kept their composure, which is something we haven't really said about a lot of Ducks teams in the past. So good for them for kind of trying to stay out of the box. But you really don't want to send this Boise State team to the power play. Their power play and their 5-on-5 is absolutely lethal. They put a ton of pucks in the net, and they are led by their leading scorer with 28 points, 14 goals, 14 assists. But I don't believe he made the trip, number 12, Michael Carranza. I don't believe he made the trip according to our pregame roster. So
yeah, we've been told he's not in attendance tonight. Also, not in attendance tonight. Well, he's the one that jumps out at you. 14 goals and 14 assists in just 10 games, he was a top 20 guy nationally in the country last year. The Ducks had a top 20 nationally in the country last year. In fact, he's behind the bench for them this year. Trevor Schott finished the year, I think it was third, either third in points or third in assists, but he had a dynamite year last year, and Carenza's right at that same level, but unfortunately for Boise State, perhaps fortunately for the Ducks, he did not make the trip. Also, Thomas Poland, Nathan Friedman, Alec Broman, Edward Poland, Cameron Cunningham, Caleb Stinson, Griffin Ames, Kendall Olson, Cole Pavlik, and Bradford Johnson. All of them, we were told, did not make the trip down, but it's still a loaded Boise State roster. One of the things for me, Brent, that really jumps out when you look at this roster, it's not just the sheer number of goals that Boise State has scored. That stands out too. But it comes from everywhere. How often do we look at a roster in the Pac-8 and we see that it's super obvious that there's one top line, one offensive defenseman, and nobody else contributes? And you look up and down the roster for Boise State, and there's people that put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, and that's one of the notes I did have before the game as well, is that 6 players above a point a game. And those are just people above a point a game. They have a ton of guys in double digits for scoring with 10 or 11 points already in this really early start to the season. Like you said, a lot of teams in the Pac-8 and the ACHA in general, they just are very top heavy, and they rely on one or two lines, or maybe even 1 or 2 guys. But yeah, this Boise State team, a lot different from teams we've seen in the past. They have a ton of guys who can put the puck in the back of the net, and yeah, this could be a shootout, or it could, just be a low-scoring game. You really never know for a hockey game, but definitely when you're dealing with such a potent offense, you just want to keep them out of the box and kind of improve on your defense from those past 2 games. I thought the defense did play super well against Washington 2 weeks ago. I don't believe either Pultz or Schultz was out for that last game. I think it might have been Schultz.
I think it was Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz was out last game, so we'll be on the lookout to see if he draws back in the lineup today. He had a great start to the season when we watched him against the Generals. Him, Pultz, and that rest of that new look Oregon defense is looking strong, but they're going to have to be tested a lot tonight with such a potent offense on the other side.
Well, we've got about 8.5 minutes according to the scoreboard clock, so we're going to take a quick break, try and see if we can find out what our starting lineups are for each team, and we'll be right back with you. Don't go too far. Maybe put on a pot of coffee. It's a late night. We're going to be here a while, but should be a great game. Don't go too far. inside the rink exchange. Got some starting lineups for you. For the Ducks, Grayson Parks gets the nod in goal. He's been outstanding. Warren Berg and Nick Power, the first defensive pair. Hornline gets the start at left wing. Connor, actually, Brent, I don't know if you know this, a former Boise State Bronco.
Oh yeah, it says so on the roster.
It says so right there on the roster. A puck at Boise State. Jack Garrity centers the top line for the Ducks, and Connor Rendell his right wing. For Boise State, it's in goal. Sven Menzaus and Brendan Benson, the first D pair. Eric Pinsky, Sam Goodwin, and Zach Biebeck will be the top offensive unit for the Broncos. I also do want to let you know I can see that my computer is giving me a little bit of the red signal of doom on my connection. So if we do lose connection tonight, bear with me. I'll get it right back as soon as I can. We might need a new Ethernet cord or something, but we should be good. We've been green. We've been most of the night, and how fitting that we'd be green and yellow, but have seen a little red. We don't ever like to see red. Any final pregame thoughts for us, sir?
It looks like for Boise State that they are going to go with Corey Grumick. That is considered their backup for this team with Kyler save percentage. So it looks like he might get tomorrow's start. But good starting lineup for the Ducks with Power and Berg. They're a great 1-2 punch to Schultz and Poltz. Power with a great game, 2 games against Washington 2 weeks ago, and Berg, we've seen him smooth skater as well. And yeah, just gotta look for Ducks defense to step up big. It's gonna be some good support.
Yeah, it should be a great game tonight. We're ready for it. The buzzer just went off, so that it generally means it's just time for the announcements of the starters, and then the anthems. We'll have hockey for you real. them underway. We gave you the starters. Riley Orr is the head coach. He's assisted by Cooper Lim, Trevor Schott, and Christian Vivian. Sam Rosenberg is the general manager for Boise State. Lloyd Ayers, the head coach, assisted by Todd Cunningham. Dave Costello is the director of hockey ops. Broncos made their way into Eugene today. I think they play on blue ice too.
I don't have that answer, but it would fit their football team.
I'm going to go with yes until proven otherwise, but something tells me maybe the ice is regular colored. We got 4 officials tonight. Sometimes we only end up with 1 set of bands in the ACHA, but always better. Games always go better with 2 refs, unless they decide to have something to say about that. But much easier for a referee when you've got somebody else that can call penalties. We hope that we don't remember anything about the referees at the end of the game, but nothing has ever stopped us from bringing them into the conversation. All set, period 1, Pack 8 after dark, 10-17 at puck drop, and we're underway. Boise State goes D to D, and we'll just start in their own zone. Warren Berg tries to keep that in, but no possession held for the Ducks. Now they nearly got it back, but they take themselves offside. 19:45 left. Very, very early going.
Yeah, also to touch on your point from in the pregame broadcast that this Boise State, we talk so much about their offense, but their defense is just as good and plays just as well as their offense.
And that'll be flipped up. Boise State defense, but swatted out of the air by Garrity. We've talked at great length about Jack's length. 6'2", and a little bit of a lanky presence is number 91 for the Ducks. That time he just sort of spiked it down. Ducks in their own zone with it. Nearly taken away. They try and use the boards for Rendell. And now Warren Berg behind the net for the Ducks. Berg finds a man in a little bit of space. That's Hornline. He puts on the brakes, but then he's run into the boards. Puck in the corner, digging for it is Boise State. They come away with it, taken right away. Here's Hornline in front. He shoots, but he puts it wide. Big moment for Connor against his former team early on.
A grade A chance, turnover in front, and Hornline just missed on the backhand.
And now here's Boise State in transition, but a sloppy pass across, not quite able to handle it there was Minton. And now Harrison Cass with it. Cass, Pultz, and Schultz are all out there right now. All 3 of them listed as defensemen.
I think Cass played a little bit of offense against Washington, so it looks like that's going to carry over to today's game.
And it is good to see Austin Schultz back out there. The return of the best named D pair in the Pack 8, at least, with Pultz and Schultz, the law firm, back there. Although maybe Derek Armstrong and Harrison Cass each have claims to their line being referred to as a firm. Shot through in an E. Pultz digging in for it. Taken away Boise State, and penalty coming up. It's going to go against the Ducks. So they go right to the penalty kill.
It's going to be 2 minutes for cross-checking they are going to get. So already down a man with just about 3 minutes into the first. And not what you want to do, put this Boise State with a man advantage. With such a great offense.
It's a great offense, and we're told an especially great power play. So the first power play opportunity of the game for the Broncos. Rendell got to stick to that here. A chance short-handed the other way. Backhanded from Hornline there. Never had a clean look, but is able to just take it 200 feet, and that's never a bad thing when you're short-handed.
Yeah, Hornline already putting a lot of pressure this early game, probably buzzing playing against his former team.
Onside across the blue line is Boise State. Passing it across that blue line, now wrapping it around. Sven Menzaus in the corner. Digging for it, puck bouncing in. Manzales finally gets it back on his stick. Quick back up to the point and then down low. Now back up, moving across the blue line, back to the point quickly. Patience trying to move the Ducks out of position. Shot blocked, I think, before it got through. Schultz digging in defensively. And now that one's going to squirt just into the neutral zone. And a chance for the Ducks to get one fresh body. And now a second is Rendell and Hornline, but right in front, Boise State scores. Bad giveaway, and nothing Parks could do there.
Yeah, it was basically a three on one, going the other way. Puck comes out to the blue line. Ducks bad kind of change right there. And I believe that was Eric Pinsky for the Boise State Broncos with the goal. And like you said, Parks, it kind of hung out. So Ducks already in an early hole this early on in the game, just about 4 minutes in.
Early deficit for the Ducks. Short power play. Here they come again across the blue line. Right into the slot, but then they go into the corner, is unable to control it. He didn't get a number.
Yeah, I think Pinsky with the assist instead of the goal.
Still down low for Boise State. Now they try and move with speed, but hard pass will go all the way to Schultz's stick, and a bit of a break for the Ducks. Now chopped in again. Boise State spending good time in their own zone. They're not going to move out until they get organized. That one's just thrown at goal, and it'll bounce away innocently, but Zach Schultz made a good play to throw that towards goal when he had a bit of a half moment of daylight. Stankovic trying to get to that. Now back around towards Charnholm, back to Schultz. That one high, netting and out of play.
Yeah, good shift for the Ducks right after that power play goal. Able to kind of capitalize on a few turnovers, and Broncos kind of hemmed in their own zone. So that's one of the other keys to this Ducks game plan, is when you can force a turnover in the offensive zone, you got to capitalize and get some good opportunities on that.
Face off in the neutral zone. Boise State will collect it and then throw it across the neutral zone. Hornline tries to chop down at it. Poltz instead will get a stick to it, but fortunate bounces for Boise State, and it's going to go into the Duck zone. Rendell plays it off the boards. Garrity trying to move through a couple of Boise State players. He has to just gain the red line and backhand it in. Rendell moving in there, taking it away. He's knocked off the puck, but Garrity gets there to the slide, but he couldn't find Hornline. Quickly they get it back to Jack Garrity. And Garrity not a penalty coming up on that one.
Looks like 2 minutes for interference. Probably just a little bit too late on that one. That's going to be number 3, Trevor Smith, for the Broncos to the box. Jack Garrity got rid of that puck really fast. And Smith there with a good clean hip check. Hit wasn't dirty at all, just a tad late. So, but good opportunity for the Ducks here to go on the power play and try to get a goal back on the scoreboard.
And immediately a shorthanded chance for Boise State, but Parks closes the barn doors there. Big moment for the Ducks power play, trying to respond. Great speed and a save made.
Yeah, what a great feed from Power. He's at his own blue line, had his head up the whole time, and got Fortney right in stride. And good save by Grummick for the Broncos.
And up into the netting again. You'll want to watch Kurt Fortney when he's taking face-offs. He looked pretty good at that again.
Yeah, even especially on the penalty kill, can clear it right from the face-off draw or shoot it on net. But yeah, he's definitely a guy that the Ducks rely on heavily for face-off wins.
Ducks will get it to the blue line on the power play. Now the shot from the circle blocked before it got anywhere from Charnholm. And squirts out of the zone. Boise State able to just control the puck while killing the penalty here. And now they'll get the clear and the change as well. Hornline will pick that one up. Fights through one, stick check. Moves towards goal again. Backhander. Where's the puck? It's loose somewhere, and now it's going to be backhanded away. Great job from the referee there to keep an eye on that puck. Now guess who again coming in across? It's Rendell this time. Rendell Hornline in the middle, but
later early on this power play.
Rendell across, and now we're back to five-a-side hockey. Boise State wrapping around. They get the puck to the slot, but they do get a shot off actually on Parks. Does a great job to slam the door.
That was Mitchell Hodge just stepped into that one, and good thing there wasn't a Bronco in front because Parks saw that one all the way and kind of just a squirted rebound right to the slot. But good Ducks power play overall, good zone time, but just off the rush, they were just streaming down the left wing side and bringing it right to the front of the net. So that front of the net, if you're getting there that often and early, just got to exploit that on this Bronco team, and just if they're not going to push you out of the way or have any resistance, just keep going to it.
Berg and Power trying to win that for the Ducks behind the net. Instead, Boise State takes it away, sets up once again, and it's knocked wide by Parks. 11:33 left on the official clock. Nathan Lutz hit up high there, but not enough to draw any interest from the official. Puck into the corner. And now Karam's around the boards. Warren Berg trying to get there, and it'll disappear into the neutral. Nathan Lutz fires it across off the boards to Rendell. Berg forward for Conway there. And now sent the length of the ice, taken by Power. Notice
so far in this game, Boise defense in their own zone, more than happy. Cleared up into the end. Ooh, Parks had to make a good save on that.
And now, big hit there as Holtz is upended. Now the hit's starting to fly as one thrown by the Ducks there. Oh, great job to keep that in the zone. Harrison Cass couldn't control it, but really nice job there. I think it was couldn't see who it was.
I think that was Charn.
Now they chop at it, and now the Ducks will get a line change. That gives Boise State a moment in their own zone. Great job from Stankovic to get in the way of that. And now Rendell poked away from him. Hornline there also, but Boise State comes away with it. They'll play from behind their net again, does Boise State. Now Boise State will move in transition across the blue line. Dumping it in. Berg will play that off the boards. Great pass to Rendell. And then too far for Hornline, but Garrity's going to get there behind the net. Garrity will have to chase it down in the corner, but he had the chance to get there first. It ended up being a little more difficult than that when all was said and done, and Boise State will take it away.
Good pressure on the forecheck when they're dumping it in. And looks like the Boise defense just, like I was trying to say earlier, just more than happy just to get the puck out of the zone and do whatever they can to just get it out because the Ducks are applying a lot of pressure.
Chasing that one down is Chamberlain. He had a great goal in that Washington series, going bar down for what might be the snipe of the year so far for the Ducks. Holtz behind the net. Hard off the boards, too hard off the boards, and it will be icing against the Ducks with 8:39 left officially in period number 1 of a 1-0 game, which Boise State leads. About the second or third whistle of the game.
Yeah.
And we're halfway, more than halfway through this first period. Lutz is there. Holtz and Schultz. And shot blocked before it got anywhere. Nathan Lutz to the corner, and Stankovic was trying to move up ice. Now it's Stanky with it. Behind the net, Lutz. Backhands knocked to the corner by Boise State and backhanded up into the neutral zone. Great lead pass. Over there trying to find it for the Ducks, as is Schultz, and Chamberlain will knock it back towards Warren Berg. Almost given away there. Just kept in the zone by Boise State. Loose in front again, now trying to center it is Boise State. Warren Berg will get there. And Berg gets it to Schultz, who'll find Charnholm. Charnholm looking to make the right pass and having to be very careful not to touch that puck for a bad line change. Deflected, behind the net again. And by the Ducks, it's Harrison Cass who got in the way of that one. And then Cass will just backhand it towards Grummick, who will glove it and his defense. Big hit thrown there, or tried to throw from Poltz. Hard off the boards, but right in front of the Ducks bench, taken away by Boise State. Here come the Broncos again through the blue lot, through the neutral zone. Parks makes the save. This time it's his turn to make the save and just put it down for his defense. He had exactly the right amount of time to do that.
And covers this one up.
I thought that he made a little bit of a risky play, to be quite honest, from my angle, by not just covering that last one up. But you'd say he made the right call. It didn't come back to haunt him. The Ducks had a chance to move out, and Boise State did eventually get that shot on goal. And this time Grayson covers up, buys a whistle, and buys a line change in the process.
Yeah, he looks like he had a talk with Fortney after that one, probably apologizing for that little miskey, because I don't even think Fortney was ready for that puck coming right after the rebound. But yeah, some good transition play from both teams. Broncos, that last shift, had some great zone time, and Ducks were just having a hard time getting out of their zone.
Off the face-off, Poltz will knock that one behind the net to himself. Now Hornline, and Poltz there. Poltz will put the brakes on, tries to free space for himself to go the other way, and the puck is up and out of play again. Tries to get there. Hornline does as well. And now Hornline for Garrity. Garrity's going to come away with it. They'll move it back to the blue line, but it's past the stick of Armstrong, and he's got to go chase it down. He'll play it off the boards. Tried to find a teammate, but it just popped right over a Ducks stick. A couple of bad breaks for the Ducks the last two sequences. There's a big collision, and getting the better of it was Eric Pinsky for Boise State, big number 17.
Those are two big guys on both teams stepping into one another at the red line.
And Poltz getting into it in front of the Ducks bench with knocked back. Hornline behind the net. Centering to the slot, but no one there. It's a good place to get the puck. Great job from Power to do everything he could to defend that without taking a penalty. Parks made the save as well. That time, though, there's a penalty coming up.
Knee, and laid his stick down and took away that whole lane, but looks like it's going to be a hold on Garrity for the Ducks. Puck came out to the slot, and a lot of movement in front of the net and right in front of Parks, and they got Garrity for the holds. So we already saw that this Bronco power play, 1-for-1 on the power play in the earlier in the first period. So Ducks just want to win the face off and keep it simple and keep the puck away from the Broncos.
And Ducks trying to get it clear there, but it was only as far as Benson. Now they get the clear, and now we get a whistle.
It's going to be a hand pass. So actually a rule change in the NHL. You can hand pass in your own defensive zone, but ACHA cannot.
I'm glad you brought that point up, because I thought it was kosher in the defensive zone, but
yeah, I guess still calling an ACHA.
Passing it around is Boise State, as you'd expect on the power play. Good, crisp passes into space. 4:20 left, period 1. Now down low. Back around to the face-off circle, up to the blue line. Benson. Back to... I don't have a 9. Oh, it's a 5 there. That was Bibik. Bibik again. Backhanded to the circle. They score.
Yeah, great snipe there for the Broncos. I believe that was Eric Pinsky on that one. Had an assist on the first goal. Some traffic in front of the net and just went barring in. So already 2 for 2 on this power play. Broncos have had their chances 5-on-5, but all their scoring this period on the power play. And one of our biggest keys to the game is to just stay off the penalty kill, and definitely want to fix that up going into the second.
Ducks haven't looked bad on 5, but
yeah, it's been pretty even for both teams. Had their chances. Ducks more so on the rush, while the Broncos more zone time. And Ducks just having a harder time connecting their passes, but they are generating some good chances off those turnovers.
Just offside was all that was going on that last whistle, and we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Garrity digging in for the Ducks. And removed from the face-off is Vincent for Boise State. His counterpart, though, will just still win it for the Broncos. Now Hornline gets to that, and Garrity behind the net. Rendell's there as well. So is Hornline offensively, and then Poltz and Schultz, the current D pair for the Ducks. They'll be challenged. Schultz backhanded. Oh, nearly lost it. Has to fight for it. And right in front of the Ducks bench, there's a battle for that. Schultz gets there. Rendell will fire that one into the corner, just a step after gaining the red line. 3:10.
Yeah, it'd be huge for the Ducks to grab a late goal. 3:07 left in the first.
How big a miss is Rendell's chance, or excuse me, Hornline's chance 45 seconds into this game look now? Would have been a very different game, and as it stands, 2-0 though against a team that puts up as many goals as Boise State does. You just gotta said that one through the years. Boise State through the zone, and offside they come on the rush.
That's a good thing for the Ducks. I mean, so far in this game at least, that their penalties haven't come out of anger or retaliation, just kind of, you know, simple mistakes such as holding and interference.
Backed away from Parks there. Yeah, I think the second penalty especially, I think that the power play goal aside, I think you kind of couldn't do much there. 2:35 left officially in period one. Puck has spent a lot of time in this end, but the Ducks at 5-on-5 have had chances in transition. And get taken away by Boise State there. A chance for the Ducks over the head of the defenseman. And then he's knocked down hard behind the net, but the Ducks have a chance to come away with that. Lutz has his legs swept out. And it's going to be a penalty coming up against Boise State.
Yeah, Parks to the bench, extra man on.
Holtz now. Threw it towards goal, it went wide. Conway has to get there first if he can poke that one forward.
Here, that'll be a huge momentum going.
We gonna do that face-off all over again?
Maybe just want to redo on the face-off.
Put the 3 seconds back on the penalty clock then. you're still with us, I want to thank you for being still with us. This is Isaac Rosenthal. Some connectivity issues tonight. We're thinking, I know what the issue is. The issue is our internet. I hope and I think that the issue is our Ethernet cord and not the rink's internet connection, because I can fix the other one of those things. So we've got some backup. I don't have it with me today, but we hope that we don't have these issues tomorrow, and we want to thank you for sticking around with us through the game. If you missed it through the choppiness, the Ducks trailed 2-0 at the end of the first period, or rather just the beginning here of the second. They will start with a very abbreviated, just 15 seconds of man advantage. They look decent at even strength. Boise State looked a bit stronger when they were on the power play. And that's where we're at right now. Boise State leads 2-0 on the strength of 2 power play goals. Garrity for the Ducks. back to Berg. One-timer doesn't get through and goes the length of the ice. We're back to 5-a-side. So nothing doing on the quick penalty, or quick power play for the Ducks as the second period starts. And back to even strength. Puck will squirt free in front of the Bronco bench.
Yeah, Ducks couldn't get a whole lot at the tail end of that power play, but back to 5-on-5.
Randall tries a shot that is blocked. Power moving in, shot doesn't get through. If it gets there and they get there first, and there's the whistle. '29 very dedicated Duck fans that are up this late and that have put up with the connection issues to this point. We love each and every one of you. Fortney taking the face-off for the Ducks. And here's a chance. Fortney, Chartholm, and Cass all there, and the save made.
Yeah, 3-on-1 the other way. Good break for the Ducks. Fortney elects to shoot, and good save by Grummick. And they caught, this is the period, the long change for both teams, so Ducks caught the Broncos on a line change, and the other way, just gotta capitalize on those opportunities when you get them.
Schultz tried to throw that one on net. Nearly it's springing Boise behind their own net. Harrison Cass and Bishop. Schultz is there. Charnholm chops at it. Hit thrown Cass. Sending Boise State the other way. Slamming on the brakes is Broman. Benson now broke the boards. And now the shot through deflected in front. Parks would have been there, but it didn't get to him. 17:44 left in period 2. Nice job from Lutz, gets a stick in the way of that one. Now it's Lutz behind the net. Awkward bounce and nearly set Boise State up. Instead, it's poked out of the zone by Fortney. The Ducks will get a line change as Boise State collects in their own zone. For the Ducks. Tries to get it through the forest, and it's intercepted by Boise State. They go back in front of their own goal and then send it the other way, moving in transition, but Pultz will get there. 16:50 left in period 2. Lutz backhanded, intercepted. Taken right back by the Ducks. Armstrong, and his pass is taken away. Both teams making life difficult for each other so far in this second period.
Yeah, Broncos ultra aggressive on the forecheck, sending all 3 forwards in, one guy in really deep, and Ducks just having a hard time in their own zone. We knew Broncos were going to come out in this period, be a little bit sharper than the first.
Hit thrown there at center ice. Lutz forward for Chamberlain, and puck goes in front of the Ducks bench. They do avoid the too many men. Coming around, horn line. Horn line, Garrity was in the slot. Shots through, they score! It's Rendell, it's 2-1.
Yeah, Hornline started the great cycle, and Rendell, not the guy you want to, and adds another goal to his total.
ice, and it'll be icing.
65, number 10, Connor Horlock. The goal, 15:39 remaining in the second period.
Connor from Connor, Rendell from Hornline, and it's 2-1. 15:39 the time of the goal.
The two Connors had a real great connection this start of the season. And throw up Jack Garrity up there. That's a very impressive top line for the
Hornline. Boy, is he motivated tonight to play against this former team. And almost they've won. Hornline will wait till everyone's onside and then tried to find Garrity. Now somehow it's back to the stick of Hornline. He's moving in. He takes a shot and it's saved by the goaltender Grummick for Boise State.
position. Hornline tried to go 5-hole on that one. And that top line, great opportunities from Rendell, Hornline, Garrity. Able to put the Ducks on the board and cut the lead in half. And that just kind of jump started this Ducks team to have a little bit more jump in their step this period.
So back underway, changed Ducks team, but still a really talented Boise State squad out there. 14:43. Kaz can't quite keep it in the zone. He has to backhand it across. Yeah, Harrison Kaz again playing as a forward. We saw a little bit of that in the Washington series. We talked about it earlier on with Poltz and Schultz back there, sure-handed defensemen. And Poltz will throw a hit there. Schultz there, and now it's Schultz who will work to get that one. 14:05 left, second period. Rendell had a brief touch on it. Boise State now works it back to the blue line. Good puck possession for Boise State. Almost looks like a power play. Poltz will get there. Poltz separated from the puck, but he got right back to it and then wins it again. And now Parks is going to dive on that one, and he makes the save, or the cover. Not much of a save, but
grabs the puck.
He'll decide that the puck belongs to him temporarily.
Yeah, Broncos upping the physical play after giving up a goal. Definitely second period's always a period for the Ducks to up the physical. It's always kind of figuring out the opponent and what their play style is.
A nice snag from Parks there. That one was going wide, but it still looks neat when you make the save like that. And
a lot of emphasis on the glove save.
Feels good too as a goaltender. Confidence and all that stuff is important for the folks between the pipes. Warren Berg has it on his stick. Doesn't have a lot of time. It does get out of the zone and then taken away by Lutz. Really got a nice job to notice where the puck was, and now the Ducks will apply a little bit of pressure. Lutz going to get down and losing an edge before he made the hit was the Broncos player there. Warren Berg trying to center, taken away, but back to him. Now Stankovic tried to play it to the point, just kept in the zone by Berg, who then olays his way out of a hit. Back for Berg, chop toward goal, and save made.
Yeah, great shift there for that Ducks line. There's just a battle back on net. It's gonna be one of those games where every battle is gonna be hard fought.
Holtz dumped that one in. D to D behind the net for Boise State. Now they try to move out.
Great pressure on the Ducks forecheck right here.
Hassel bounced off a couple sticks in the neutral zone, then Boise State would have been offside, had to get back on. Bit of a half break for the Ducks, and then caught out of the air by Pultz. Puts it down for himself, plays it across ice, and then Ducks just miscommunicate there a little bit through the
Ducks blue line.
Back underway again. Harrison Cass backhands that one, and he nearly sprung Austin Charnholm.
It looks like they'll call for a hand pass. And face-off will be in the Ducks offensive zone.
We're at least holding our connection almost halfway through this second period. It's been a little choppy, but we haven't totally cut out yet.
Making progress.
Garrity on the face-off for the Ducks. Berg can't track it down. Bouncing around in front, and Boise State starting to look more and more dangerous. The shot blocked, and Rendell couldn't take it with him. He nearly had the block and set himself up the other way.
Too busy, and same with Grummick for the Broncos. Play in the zone. He was stick handling like crazy out there. And we know he has hands on this team, probably one of the best hands on the team. And Cass took it and just gripped it and ripped it and ties up the game. Huge goal for the Ducks to tie the game at 2 apiece.
So what happens now? Anybody's guess. The Ducks have the momentum. Broncos, I think, would have the lead in the shots on goal department. Broncos want and will get a penalty here. Cross-checking the call, and that's a rough break for the Ducks. As soon as they get the game tied up, they're going to take another penalty, and they have not had a lot of success killing off Boise State penalties tonight.
Yeah, Boise State already 2 for 2 in the game. Pultz will go for the cross check. And really just don't want to give up any scoring opportunities on this power play.
And that one may be a little bit harder to watch than the last one. That was make your choice. You either take the penalty or give up a great shooting opportunity.
Looks like Power broke his stick on the play and will go to the bench.
Yeah, so there are pieces of stick out there. And in front, shot through. They tried to go low on Parks there. And he's able to close the doors, and they'll get the kindling out of the crease.
Yeah, Jake Minton was there, number 27 for the Broncos. If he was there just a tad earlier, would have been a great chance for the Broncos, but Parks saw that one the whole way.
And there it is again, the face-off clear. I think, was it Rendell or Hornline?
I believe that was Hornline.
Taking the face-off, but that's something we've seen twice from the Ducks, and now maybe an opportunity for Hornline shorthanded, but it bounced up and over his stick. He gets it right back, though. He has just been all over the place tonight, and he'll play that one all the way back to Berg.
Yeah, I believe he had 2 against Washington in the I-5 Cup, but he's definitely been noticeable tonight all over the ice against his former team.
Now back up to the point. This is where they get dangerous. The shot blocked, did not get to Parks. 45 seconds left on the man advantage.
Yeah, watch Minton establish himself in front of the net.
Another block before that got to Parks. Berg will get to it. And Armstrong gets the clear, played with the high stick, so Fortnick, he's knocked down right on the man advantage with Pultz in the box. Oh, How about that glove save from Grayson Parks as he gets an attaboy from Schultz, and that's worth several steak sandwiches.
Yeah, Eric Pinsky for the Broncos cut his way into the slot, and I don't think he could believe it after Parks flashed the leather. He wanted to go top right, and Parks said no, and that wasn't one of those where it was definitely going wide. That was definitely going top corner.
That was going right in the goal, and Parks made an outstanding save. He's made some good ones, but that's on his highlight reel for the year. Ducks would love to give him something for it, and they go just offside. We are now back to 5-a-side hockey.
Yeah, first kill for the Ducks tonight. That's huge for them. Kind of started off with Hornline, stick handling, and Rendell keeping the puck out of their own zone. Hey, if you got to be aggressive, kill some time off the clock.
Been really impressed with the adjustments the Ducks have been making this year, from one period to the next and from one game to the next. And this second,
it just shows you what great coaches Oren Lim have been, and Trevor Shaw, definitely a huge presence in that locker room. And they just give great advice, these boys. And
watching film this year too, I had Christian Vivian ask me for the game film from the last two games, and in the many years we've been doing this broadcast, it's the first time I've ever actually had a coach ask me for film so that he could get the audio file, get the video file, and cut it down, game film for teaching points. So here in Eugene, we might not win the Pac-8 this year, although the Ducks really feel like they're contenders. But the times are a-changing in Eugene. Those banners getting lonely, and give them some friends. Ducks won 04-05, and then back-to-back in 07-08 and 08-09, and won conference final. Here come the Broncos through the neutral zone, now across the blue line. Great pass across the center, but then they couldn't handle it cleanly. Now a chance for the Ducks if they really hurry in transition. Here's Nathan Lutz. Nathan Lutz has Fortney in the middle. Rebound is there. It could have been almost in with the skate, but instead it goes wide, and Boise State collects it. 5:30 left in this second period.
Yeah, would have been a good goal if it went off Lutz's skate.
There's a big hit, and pilling himself right off the ice is Nathan Lutz, and we get a whistle and an offside.
Yeah, that would have been a good goal if it went off Lutz's skate. If he didn't kick it at all, it just bounced off his shin pad and in. That would have been a great goal, and would have given the Ducks the lead. So Broncos kind of gaining a little bit of momentum after giving up 2 goals this period, but bringing some good pressure on their own forecheck.
And off the netting. Took a moment for it to go out of play there, but out of play it goes. Asked to leave the face-off circle. Rendell will step in. And behind the net, the Broncos take it away. Sent down for ice against Boise State, so no line change for the Bronco.
Yeah, Ducks top line out here for the offensive draw. Counted for 2 goals on this line to look to add more.
Each team has had a 2-goal scoring streak in this game. Back up to the blue line. Shot through, loose, chopped it, goal, and nearly a bad angle finish there.
Bank in front.
It was kind of one of those hit it off the back of his shin moments, and then Parks has to go down and make the save. Hornline waits for it. Now he sends it up ice. Excuse me, that was Rendell for Hornline. Garrity's in the center if he can get it there. Goes behind the net. Now to Armstrong, and the save made. Back for Hornline, tipped away from him. And Power will chase it down behind the net. Boy, we've had a nice second period to this game.
Yeah, Armstrong creeping down and almost beat Grummick 5-hole.
Here's Derek now. Slams on the brakes. Still with the puck is Armstrong. Now he gets it to Hornline. And Hornline will just flip it as he goes for a line change with 3:45 left in period 2. Poked away. Charnholm trying to win it back. Taken, though, by Boise State. The Ducks have started to figure things out a little bit. And that one is actually just going to fall for Fortney. Fortney down low. Now back towards Power. Power thought about a pass, then a shot, then made a second passing option. Fake the pass again for Charnholm. Off the post! Delayed penalty coming up against Boise State. Ducks have 6 skaters on the ice now. Across to Power. Power shoots. Locked somewhere. Where is it? Taken by the Ducks. Still with the Ducks. It's Power deflected loose. There's a big hit. And the puck is loose, and they just whistled it there.
Yeah, they got cast up high. I don't think 3 on the Broncos. Trevor Smith. But Ducks were absolutely buzzing that last shift. Broncos had a hard time clearing, giving him the puck up to the point. Power with some great shots. And Charnholm, the Duck squad just buzzing out there with a lot of opportunities, and exactly 3 minutes left with the Ducks power play in the second period.
Garrity again asked to leave the face-off circle. He better be careful, or you might don't want to give the referees any excuse to
definitely in the NHL.
Making that up, but that's the second time for Garrity tonight. Hornline.
They could probably call something, yeah, like you said, after a certain amount of times.
Crisp pass across for Cass, and Ducks couldn't get the shot there. Now it's cleared by Boise State. 2:30 in the second period. 30 seconds gone on the man advantage. Ducks have battled back. It's 2-2 now. It was 2-0 at the end of the first period. Both even strength goals for the Ducks, both power play goals for Boise State, but it's the Ducks on the power play now for 1 minute and 8 seconds. And 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the period.
Boise we saw this in the first period as well. They're just content and just keeping the puck and holding on the boards and having the Ducks come out and chase, and they eat up a ton of time doing that.
Well, now here comes Garrity. Garrity tried to flip it to, I think that's Pultz, but it was deflected away and cleared by Boise State. The Ducks will get their second power play unit out there. There's 30 seconds left in the man advantage. There's 90 seconds left in the second period. So Warrenberg will carry. Still it's Warrenberg. Putting on the brakes and now pulling it back, and it's taken away. Boise State, possible shorthanded chance. Good job, Nick Power deflects it away. Nathan Lutz is there. Lutz tried to throw it on goal, but it was deflected. Fortney's going to get there. Now Berg across ice. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. What a move, though, from Garrity there.
I mean, that was Power.
Power, rather. Excuse me. Good call out. And Charnholm.
I was shocked, because that was the defenseman Power with some great hands.
5-a-side hockey, 40 seconds or thereabouts left in the second period. Berg off the boards for Fortney. Fortney will throw it into the corner, and Conway is going to try and go there to get it. Here comes Boise State. Looking for the move, the shot, and they had a man crashing Grayson Parks' crease. Parks makes the save, though. 15 seconds left. 2-2 tie.
Yeah,
Second period.
They had Cameron Benson crashing far side, trying to bank that shot off the pad of Parks and hope for a rebound. But Parks there to snuff.
10 seconds. Flipped, and the Ducks may, nope, they won't. Maybe Boise State will get the last chance here. 6 seconds left. It's going to squirt into the Bronco, toward the Bronco bench. 1 second, and that is the end of the second period. A fantastic. Closing thoughts on that period, Brent?
Yeah, great period for the Ducks, able to tie the game 5-on-5. They were phenomenal out there, some dominating shifts, but Broncos held their own, so anyone's game up for grabs in the third period, and it's going to be an off this great night of hockey.
All right, well, that will do it for us. We'll see you back for the exciting conclusion to this one. You can take a break, but don't go too far. Back underway. Boise State now backhanded, kept alive from the Ducks. Here's Rendell. Rendell trying to get through a forest. And now it's sent in front. Loose. Hornline slammed it. And just a reaction save. I don't think that, an instinct save. I don't think that Grummick had any idea where that was coming from, but able to get the pads down, keeps it out of the net.
Yeah, Hornline, great chance to start off this third period just all alone, and Grummick there to close the legs. And
we hope to have it. Haven't had these connection issues before, so I'm not sure. Chance for Boise State, and
a wide open net, and puck just got away from them.
They could not get the shot off cleanly. Behind his own net is Skinner for Boise State. Up ice comes Skinner. Big hit thrown by the puck carrier. Skinner now centering loose, and Parks has to pounce on it.
Yeah, it was a big hit over there by the Ducks bench. But look out for Boise State there. It looks like they're going to try to do a long breakout pass. Eric Pinsky was just waiting here on the Ducks blue line, and Schultz there for the Ducks was just shadowing him the whole time. So we're going to try to take some chances here in the third and try to stretch the ice, because the Broncos weren't even out of their own zone, and Pinsky was just sitting on the blue line, and Ducks had possession of the puck, so just waiting for that home run pass here in the third.
And that one will flutter into the glove of Parks. Again to the Ducks, and he'll dump it in. He's chasing it. Lutz will find it again. Good strength to keep his feet. And then it's kept alive. Conway throws it towards goal and deflected into the net, just not the one that Conway wanted. 17-13 left.
Yeah, Conway, another guy on this team with a long reach. Conway standing at 6 foot 190, able to get a nice reach on that puck. And I don't know, I didn't hear anything from the crossbar, but that one up high, and Grummick had to jump up and get a shoulder on that. Kind of surprising rising shot by Conway.
Garrity digs in for the faceoff. He behaved himself in the faceoff circle that time, and 15 minutes left in regulation. 2-2 tie. Setting the length of the ice, icing against Boise State.
Another big hit right on the red line. It looks like it might be an offsides or puck out of play. So face-off will come right in the neutral zone.
Well, he catches a break then, because they would have been icing. I think the linesman had his arm up. Instead, the face-off in the neutral zone, and the face-off is won by Boise State. Kicked that one to himself.
Nice little juggling there.
And it squirts out of the zone. Boise State goes backwards with it through the nearly into their own zone. Not too much pressure on them. Ducks want to get set up defensively. Armstrong will poke at that one. Garrity trying to set it for himself. Instead, it goes across the face of the surface of the ice. Couple of collisions there. Boise State backhander to try and center. On good shift for Boise State, and they took themselves offside. Just poor stick handling there. Not able to
break there. They had the Ducks kind of trapped in their own zone. The Ducks top line as well. So whenever you can make them a little tired, always a big break. But they'll keep on out there and face off right outside the neutral zone.
Boise State with it off the face-off through the neutral zone pass. And then good job, poked it away, did the Duck. They get it to Rendell, they do. Rendell with a shot that goes way wide. But the Ducks are actually going to retain possession here. I think that's Garrity.
Still has the puck.
Still with the puck is Garrity. Blockered away. He got a great shot there after all was said and done.
Yeah, kind of similar to his goal in the second, where just long reach, able to just take it from one side to the other. One of the biggest advantages for a player is have such a long reach and able to dangle from one side to the other and just in a few seconds.
Long reach was never something that was in my arsenal, my roller hockey days. Much more of a compact defender. Here comes Boise State, and it goes wide. Some massaging the truth there to call myself a compact defender, but definitely not long. Berg off the glass, back up to the point, but it's kept alive for Boise State. To fly loose, and they move it in front, moving down on Parks, and he makes the save.
Yeah, that is sprawl his leg. Great save by Parks there.
Harrison Cass, Fortney in the middle, deflected wide, and Grummick is going to have to pounce on it.
I think that shot might have gone away from Grummick because he got down the butterfly and kind of scored it out. But back to that save on Parks. I believe that might have been, let me see, on the Jake Minton, definitely on the Broncos, all alone in front of Parks. Parks just fell back on his back and sprawled out the legs and was able to get just a touch on that.
Ducks throw it on goal right off the face-off, and there was a rebound, but it's collected by Boise State. Now here come the Broncos. In the neutral zone, they dump it in. Parks behind his net to put the stick down. Ducks collect it, and then they're separated from the puck, but it'll come back for him. Shot well wide. Now Boise State trying to center. Taken away from the Ducks again. It's Nathan Lutz to Chamberlain, who had a great snipe in the last series. And again, that shot was saved by Grummick, but a rebound was left. Into the center of the ice, dangerous, but the Ducks get there. Chamberlain again now. Chamberlain moving in, still himself. Ducks are changing, so Boise State will collect that one. They get it across the blue line, trying to dangle around Berg, but they can't do it. Chopping at that one was Trevor, way wide. Another save, another great save.
Yeah, went right off his chest protector and able to glove that down, and then Armstrong just buried his man. Mitchell Kramer right into Parks. But yeah, whatever Parks sees, he's usually gonna get a save on it or get something on it because he kind of just been in that zone all season for this team.
Face off. Boise State will get a shot. It goes wide. The font on those Boise State jerseys makes those numbers a little tricky. What, I think hit the skate of the linesman.
I think it's the blue and orange, kind of hard to differentiate. Good jerseys, though. We were kind of talking what they were going to look like.
I like it. Always a fan of the team name being spelled out diagonally across the sweater, and Boise State has a great chance, but the puck just doesn't fall to the right part of the stick. Now they have to regroup and doesn't have a stick. He goes down to make a play, and now Armstrong will backhand that forward. Berg will get to the bench. Did Berg's stick break, or did he just lose it? I don't see a broken stick. There it is in the corner.
Yeah, I think it's broken over there.
It looks very broken.
It looks broken in two places over there.
Intercepted Rendell. Hornline back to Poltz. Here comes Boise State the other way, though. Schultz does a good job to get back on D. Hard bounce off the boards as it went wide. 11:20 left officially. Real good hockey game in Eugene. Late at night, past midnight here in Eugene.
Tyler, we thought two great offensive teams, we had a lot of goals, but really good back and forth play.
Boise State playing behind their own net with it. It can be, but too sloppy, and it's icing. No change allowed, Boise State. 10:49 left in regulation of a 2-2 tie.
Looks like we're keeping pace with the Dodgers tonight.
I was commenting that World Series game started at 5, and I thought I was going with the
That'd be a
several
first.
more innings, but here is Boise State again, poked away by Power. They get it up for Rendell.
The defender's legs, and Hornline out of nowhere, shot out of a cannon, able just to rip it. Great goal. Again, it's this top line coming in clutch for this Oregon team. Rendell to Hornline, 3:10-11 left in the third. And
That pass was absurd.
that pass was insane. Great pass by Rendell there, and Hornline.
We've talked about it. Hornline has had some chances tonight. And boy, do I hope that we caught that one on the stream.
Oregon Ducks goal. Scored by number 10, Connor Hornline. Assisted by number 18, Connor.
Conway almost in front after a good shot by Lutz.
Penalty's going to come up.
Yeah, what a great momentum shift after that awesome goal by the Ducks. Basically, their second line comes out and provides some great offensive pressure and draws a penalty. But looks like the refs are going to have some discussion. But ultimately, it's going to be number 25 for the Broncos. That's going to be Kyler Mayer. You on that penalty?
I didn't, no. I think it may have been a trip, but
yeah, I think it happened right in front of the net, so either trip or interference or a good guess for us, but either way, it can be 2 minutes in the box.
Lutz. Back up top to Power, across to Berg. Berg with the shot deflected, and it goes just wide. Berg keeps it alive.
Great keep.
Power. Lutz. Good crisp pass across to Power. Power down low. In front. Still loose. And backhanded there. Berg avoids the hit. Power the shot. The save. Grummick.
Great save by Grummick.
Both goalies playing out of their minds tonight.
Yeah, Grummick's had some great saves tonight. That was one of his best right there. A one-timer right by him, and that was going 5-hole or low blocker. And able to get the save there. Big save on a power play with exactly a minute left.
Cass just keeps it alive. Knocked off the puck, but not before he got rid of it. Hornline passed it across for Rendell. Now Hornline will try to get it. Instead, it goes back to Cass at the blue line. Cass across. Quickly for Berg, and then back to Cass. Back for Hornline now. Back to Cass. 30 seconds left. Man advantage. Berg quickly back to, or Power rather, quickly back to Cass. Oh, looking for Hornline again, and the pass got through the zone. Hornline's going to try and use his speed here. Couldn't get past the Ducks bench, though, poked away from him. Chance maybe for Boise State. Backhanded, no strength on the shot. We're back to 5.
Good, solid hit by Garrity there. Ooh, good pass as well.
Boise State trying to center, bouncing around, still bouncing in front, still in the slot, and now cleared halfway out, but still in the Ducks zone. 7:23 left officially. One-touch save made, Parks.
Wow, he got all of that. Jake Minton just on the one-timer. Absolutely unloaded on that shot. And Parks was there for the save, and
Ducks are going to come away with the penalty on this. And it's going to be Poltz, we've said his name a lot. We haven't really sung his praises a lot tonight, but Poltz has had a great game in his own right.
Yeah, definitely. There's a D partner Schultz back in the lineup. Solid, steady play by Poltz. You know, breaking the puck out and using his feet along the blue line in the offensive zone. But this is the opportunity here for the Broncos. They got denied on their last priority in this game. And this is what opportunity to, you know, tie up the game. 7:17 left in the third. Line and Rendell forwards and Schultz and Power on D.
They head to the 18th at their ravine. If the Dodgers win, it should count as tying the series up at this point. They just call it a roughing on Poltz for protecting his goaltender in the third period of a close game. And Ducks have to get set up. Puck bouncing around, they can't get it off the ice, and cleared into the Ducks bench.
Yeah, good stick there by Lutz. Able to get a stick on that and get the timely clear. Broncos just trying to establish a good net presence on this penalty kill.
On the skates, but it's a good hurt right now. Another shot, that one kept along the surface of the ice, they went wide. Another one kicked away from Parks. Poked from the Ducks. Will be icing as it crosses the blue line, or the red line rather. We were at 5-a-side when that happened. I couldn't get my graphics switched quickly enough.
Yeah, timely kill there for the Ducks. Few really good chances by the Broncos, but Ducks were able to get their clears with 4:54 left in the third. I think might be a timeout here. I didn't see which one, who called it. I believe it might have been the Broncos. Yeah, Boise with the timeout. Talk things over on both teams.
So put us in the huddle there. What's the discussion first for the Ducks?
Definitely, when in doubt, just get the puck out, especially even if it means taking an icing, just getting it out of your zone and not causing a turnover. And if you're the Broncos, just keeping on that pressure, and might see Grummick get pulled like around the minute and a half or so left in the third. But you don't want to get the Broncos get set up in their own zone. We've seen, even on 5-on-5, they even look like a power the way they move around the puck.
Yeah, it's a long 3 minutes or so before we'll start to really keep an eye on Grummick. 4:54 officially left.
But it all starts with winning your face-off, winning possession.
Linesman motioned according to the rules, and now he drops the puck. Boise State throws it at the goal. Parks, steady as he goes, kicks it away. Into the corner. Poked and just kept alive, though, by Boise State. Now taken right back by the Ducks. Line. Taken down. Glass. Schultz. Trying to keep it alive and having to chase it down towards his own zone was Rendell, but he got there. Now to the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Rendell couldn't keep it alive. Boise State, 4:05 left in regulation. Rendell with a little bit of time. Not a lot of space, though. Keeping the puck somehow is Rendell, and now has
Still has the puck.
Boise
Wow.
State got it back, but intercepted by Berg.
Great stick handling down there. Stick handling 3 Broncos.
Fortney digging for it. There. Backhanded, and I think that may have actually ended up hitting the side of the net. We were just trying to chop it away. 3:25 left in regulation. Ducks get it back. Fortney shot, save, made Grummick. 3:20 left.
Ducks will take that all day, just establishing pressure and zone time in the offensive zone, eating away that clock.
Yeah, that was a great shift from the Ducks and comes at a great time. Slid across. Now right back. Trevor Smith for Boise State. .258 left. Big shift here for a depth line from the Ducks.
Yeah, this line looks good. Conway, Stankovic, and Lutz.
Dropped the puck there. Really didn't. Schultz and Poltz weren't even set yet. Lutz pokes that one, tried to find Poltz. Instead, it's intercepted before it gets there by Boise State. They kicked that one wide. 2:40 left. Lutz chasing it down. Boise State has to go D to D. Lutz, Stankovic, Conway, Schultz. And here is Nate on the goaltender. And Boise State placed it well on the power play. They're going to look really good with 6 skaters out there. Grummick was halfway to the bench and now retreats back into his crease. 2 minutes left on the official clock. Boise State gets a line change, so the Ducks have 2 or 3 seconds to think about it. Send that one down. Chopping at it was Lutz, but taken away Boise State. 1:45 left in regulation. Across the blue line, just onside. Save Parks.
Yeah, now with the...
Grummick will go to the bench now.
Yeah, it's a good move by the Broncos. Usually a lot of teams will, you know, wait for the face-off to pull the goalie, but they're already gonna pull the goalie, and it looks like it'll be a timeout. I think this time for the Ducks, really talk things over, and Broncos will talk over a face what they're gonna do in their own offensive zone.
So remember, as we get close to the end of this game, we've got a clock not connected to the game clock at all. So I will do my best to be yelling out the official game clock as it's updated. But our clock is pretty darn close. I'll set it now so that when we start, we'll match exactly. Referees feel like the timeout has gone on long enough. Boise State scored both of their goals with a man up. A couple of penalty kills since then for the Ducks.
Yeah, if the Broncos are going to kind of do what they've been doing, I'm definitely going to probably see 1 or 2 guys right in front of Parks. If not one guy in front, then one guy in front, and one guy in the slot.
6-on-5. Boise's net is empty. 3-2 the Ducks lead. And underway. Pulled out of the sky by Boise State. 1:34. Across, point to point. Skinner. Rebound loose in the slot.
At least the Ducks have one of their best face-off men out there in Fortney. And 23 seconds in the game.
face-off, and the puck goes behind the net. Boise State, a comeback victory, 3-2. Connor Rendell, Jack Garrity, Connor Hornline, your goal scorers. Oregon wins 3-2. It's the first time Boise State has lost in Pac-8 play. Wow,
such an impressive win for this team. And Grayson Parks, the celebration at the end said it all, and all the woos from the ice to show you how big of a win this was. This win really showed how tight this team is. Are coming back down from 2-0 to score 3 unanswered goals and really tighten things up as the game went on. And like you said, this coaching staff has this team on lockdown, and their period-to-period adjustments have been phenomenal this season. And what just an unbelievable win for this team, beating one of the best teams in the Pac-8.
Yeah, I mean, what more is there to say? We you know, at the end of the first period, you felt like it was a game that might get away from the Ducks. They did what they game-winning goal. The pass from Rendell is. I can't off the top of my head think of a better pass I've seen from this team. And
Pac-8, and just a great overall Ducks performance from top to bottom. Everyone had a really good game, but I'll definitely give the player of the game to Hornline, just buzzing out there the whole game-winning goal in the third.
Yeah, Hornline was great. Grayson Parks was great, and the Ducks get a 3-2 win. I don't know if it qualifies as stunning Boise State or shocking Boise State, but I don't think the Broncos expected to come in here and lose this game. They've been great so far, but this has been this is the toughest competition I think that Boise State has played, at least in arguably the 2 best teams in the Pac-8 North, and we could well see these teams play each other in Tahoe. We will certainly see them play each other tomorrow night. That game is a 7 o'clock start. No late night efforts for us. One last time for Brent Kelly, I'm Isaac Rosenthal. Final score, Oregon 3, Boise State 2. Our theme music, which you'll hear one last time, written, produced, composed, recorded by Tanner Ferris. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an excellent rest of your evening.